Hey guys, the Shadow King Gengar here, bringing you a video on the new Pokemon games, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. This video, that's right, if you see the title, will be my top 10 Pokemon that I think should have Mega Evolutions. Before I get started, I want to go over a few things and point out that this list is pretty much almost 100% opinion based. So these are my personal opinions on which Pokemon should get Megas. If you don't agree with it, be sure to leave a comment below and let me know what you guys think and what is your top 10 Pokemon that should have Mega Evolve. Before I get started, I want to point out a few Pokemon that I'm pretty sure will get Megas, such as the cover Pokemon, Groudon and Kyogre. I'm pretty sure they will get Megas. I'm pretty sure they'll officially introduce the Megas of Latios and Latias, as well as last but certainly not least, the two starters that didn't get Megas, Swampert and Sceptile. Now I'm going to go into my bonus pick. My bonus pick is a Pokemon that I personally love from the bottom of my heart, and that is Sceptile. This is not part of the original 10 Pokemon, but I feel like I want to point this out. And for those of you that have watched some of my other videos, you know that I am a major Sceptile fanboy. Like, oh my gosh. Now, I'm gonna tell you a little story. When Sapphire and Ruby first came out, I didn't play them. But when Emerald came out, I decided to play Emerald and then go back and play Sapphire and Ruby. And when I played Emerald, Sceptile was my starter. He was my buddy, and he rocks socks. I just love Sceptile. And there's some rumors going around saying that Sceptile will go and become a grass and dragon. I don't think that will happen for a number of reasons. Mainly because it's just going to add more disadvantages to the Pokemon. For instance, Ice will become 4 times super effective against Sceptile, and Fairy type will be added to the other 5 types that are super effective against Sceptile. So they're not doing anything but putting Sceptile at an even more disadvantage competitively than it already is. If they're going to Mega Evolve, I want to see Sceptile Mega Evolve and have an insane ability like Sapsip or Swampert. I want that to happen. But that is the topic for another day. Also, there's some speculation making him grass and dark. I don't think that will happen either because once again, Fairy is power, guys. Fairy is real, and it would just destroy Swampert. Or, not Swampert, God, Sceptile. Sorry about that, guys. So I don't think that will happen either, because they're gonna, Fairy would be super effective against it. But yeah, let's get on to the main list, guys. Number 10. Number 10 is a Pokemon that most people really don't like or even overlook, and is often really frowned upon. If you haven't guessed it, it's Grumpig. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. You guys are thinking, what the fuck, Shadow King? Like, why do you want Grumpig to get an evolution? And it's because of that exact reason that people don't like this Pokemon, and people do not play this Pokemon competitively. I want to see it become a psychic dark type, and I want to see its special attack, defense, and special defense, and even HP. I want it to be really bulky, and I want it to gain some insane ability with it, making it a competitive contender for Pokemon. And that is why I want to see this Pokemon Mega Evolve. Number 9. Number 9 is a Pokemon most people, on the other hand, do want to see Mega Evolve, including myself. That is Skarmory, guys. Skarmory is one of the most OP wall Pokemon competitively that I've ever run into. And I have to say, giving it a Mega would probably ban it. If not, go to Ubers. So seeing this Pokemon, I want to see it maintain its Steel and Flying type, but I also want to see it gain an even better ability than Sturdy. I think it can do better than Sturdy, guys. It mainly just boosts its defense and special defense and base attack. That's what I want to see from this. You don't have to really screw with anything with Gengar, or not Gengar, Skarmory. You just gotta boost its stats. It's really solid Pokemon. Number 8 is two Pokemon that are also should be on the almost indefinite Pokemon that will get Megas. Like, they will. I'm pretty sure. Like, 90% sure that these Pokemon will get Megas. And that is Sharpedo and Camelrupt. Sharpedo and Camelrupt are, if you guys haven't played the originals, the aces of the two evil teams in Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. Camelrupt being a fire and ground type for Maxie, and Sharpedo being a water and dark type for Archie. These Pokemon, because they are boss aces, I see them getting Megas. For Sharpedo, I want to see him maintain his dark and his water and dark, but I want him to get an even faster speed boost and an even bigger attack boost. I want to see this Pokemon like swing fast and swing hard competitively, and also teaching it probably extreme speed would be really good. Maybe do another ability other than Rough Skin, because once again, you can do better than Rough Skin. For Camelrupt, I also want to see him maintain his Fire and Ground type, but make him even bulkier defensively. I want to see his base defense and special defense, as well as its base attack, be up. So pretty much he's going to be the opposite of Sharpedo. Just really tanky, really bulky, and hard to take down. Number 7 is also two Pokemon that I think will gain Megas because they are mascot Pokemon as well. Are Survivor and Zangoose. Survivor and Zangoose, I would love to see get Megas. Even though I never really use these Pokemon, they are very, very iconic to the 3rd Gen series. Survivor, I want to see become a Poison and Dark, and Zangoose, I want to see become a Normal and Dark. Just because they both have that dark feel to them. And honestly, I was disappointed that Zangoose was not a dark when it was released. Zangoose, I want its offensive abilities with its speed to get higher. Survivor, I want it to be more tanky and offensive, as well as its HP to gain. Number 6 is a Pokemon that most people also overlook, but I really liked it just because it's fucking creepy as hell. Cradilly. Cradilly is one of my favorite Hoenn Pokemon, and honestly, it's actually one of my favorites in general. This Pokemon is also not a very big contender for competitive play, so seeing it get a Mega, I think is exactly what it needs. Cradilly, I would like to swap its rock type out for possibly poison, and make it even more bulky than it already is. I want to see its defense, special defense, as well as HP all get boosted. I want this Pokemon to become a tank, but I also kind of want it to hit art at the same time. But yeah, he's a good Pokemon. I think Mega would go really well with it. Number 5 is a Pokemon that most people are already predicting to get Megas. And that is Milotic. Milotic is a Pokemon that most people want to see not only a Mega Evolve, but also become a Fairy type. I agree with that. I think Milotic would fit perfectly into the Fairy typing, as well as just making it in generally a better Pokemon. Not that it's not already a good Pokemon. With Milotic's Mega, I want to see it become a more offensive Pokemon because it is already really bulky and defensive. So I want to see this Pokemon hit a little bit harder than it already is, raising its special attack and possibly even attack and HP. And who knows, maybe throw in some speed there. Number 4 is another Pokemon that a lot of people also want to see, and actually personally believe that this Pokemon will get a Mega almost indefinitely. Because, if you remember, guys, in Sapphire and Ruby, Steven was the champion. If these are remakes, we are almost 100% certain that Steven will be the champion again. And who is his ace? Metagross. Metagross is a Pokemon that I want to see. I don't know how they're going to do it, but I want to see its typing change up a little. I want to see that psychic type get out, and I want to see something else put in there. I want to see this Pokemon to become even more tanky. I want it to be defensive and special defensive raised, and HP, as well as offensive. So I do want this Pokemon to be able to hit hard, but also take hits. Number 3. Number 3 is a Pokemon that most people don't think will Mega Evolve. But I kind of want it. Just because this Pokemon is already really solid. Because if you don't have a super effective move against this Pokemon, you're kind of fucked. Number 3 is Shedinja. Shedinja is a really good solid Pokemon, but not many people use it because there is that chance of you getting an opponent that has a super effective ability, and it's just gone. So, with Shedinja's Mega, I want to see it gain a different ability, as well get rid of that stupid 1 HP bullshit. I want to see it actually gain some stats. Even though this Pokemon is good at stalling, it's not really good for anything else. So yeah, I would like to see it change, but maintain its Ghost and Bug type, and just see it gain a better ability and better stats in general. So much work can go into this Pokemon. Number 2. Number 2 is a Pokemon that also a lot of people want to see Mega Evolve and but gain the Fairy typing. Altaria. Altaria is my number 2 because of the fact that this Pokemon, when I first saw it, I absolutely hated it. But through the 1,001 times that I replayed this game, I actually started using Altaria quite often because, well, Winona. Winona was one of the most annoying gym leaders for me, and its Altaria was absolutely OP. Knowing Dragon Dance and then Earthquake, and just wreck shit. Like, I can't tell you how many times I lost to Winona the first time around. So seeing this Pokemon would definitely make it a threat, and it becoming a Fairy type would make it even more of a threat, guys. Not to mention it already learns Moonblast by leveling up. Okay, now to the number 1 Pokemon that I want to see and what a lot of people want to see Mega Evolve. Number 1 is none the less than Flygon. Flygon, this holds a personal story for me, guys. When I first played through Emerald, I played through and I started with Sceptile. Now, right around when I got to the 4th gym, Flannery, I noticed there was absolutely no way I was winning that gym because my strongest Pokemon was already Sceptile. And there was no way that I was going to survive that with just Sceptile. So I went and caught the closest ground type that I could find. And guess who it was? It was Trapinch. Trapinch appeared so weak at the beginning, but when it evolved into Vibrava, I kind of digged it. Like, Dragon and Ground, oh my gosh. Not only can this survive the fire attacks that I'm about to put it through, but it can dish out some major damage. Then when it evolved to Flygon later in the story, I was absolutely loved this Pokemon. The design, its stats could be a little better, but overall this Pokemon had a friendlier, nicer feel to it than Salamence did. Now don't get me wrong, I love Salamence. Salamence is fucking amazing. But Flygon just had that more nice aura to it. It just seemed like the nicer version of Salamence. Salamence already being really competitive, I think Flygon just doesn't have the potential as much as Salamence does to be competitive. And I think a Mega is exactly what it needs because of the fact that it doesn't have the ability to be competitive. If Flygon were to evolve, I kind of want to see it maintain its Dragon and Ground type, but I want to see its offensive, its attack, special attack, and speed all go up drastically. Everything else, you don't have to touch. And I want it to gain an even better ability than Levitate, even though Levitate is really good. If it doesn't maintain its Dragon and Ground, I would at least want it to maintain its Dragon type and become a Flying type. That way it's can't get touched by stab moves like Earthquake. Anyways, guys, that was my top 10 Pokemon that I think deserve to be Mega Evolution. So, yeah, leave a comment, let me know what you guys thought. Be sure to click that like button if you really like this, then please subscribe. Alright, thanks for watching, guys.